Oh, there you are. And there we go. And wow, holy cow, you just died. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Recreating the Disasters. Today, we're focusing on the SS Rex. So yeah guys, let's get into the video. Alright, so here we have the SS Rex in front of us, and as always, I'm gonna go ahead and hand it over to Jlkillen so he can bring us up to speed on where we are right now. So Jlkillen?
Yeah, so I might butcher some of these names, but I did do some researching on, I think, how they should be pronounced. But anyway, the SS Rex was an Italian ocean liner that was christened and launched on August 1st in 1931. He was originally built for the Navigazione Generale Italiana as the SS Guglielmo Marconi. Its state-ordered merger with the Lloyd Sabato line meant that the ship would sail under the newly created Italia Flotta Riunite, also known as the Italian Line. She held the westbound blue ribbon between 1933 and 1935. The SS Rex maintained commercial service in the Mediterranean Sea for 8 years, but when Italy entered World War II in June of 1940, the Rex was laid up for safekeeping in Genoa. After the city was bombed, the Italian line decided to move it to Trieste. To prevent German forces from using the liner to block the harbor entrance, the SS Rex was moved near Pula, where she would remain for some time.
Alright, so thank you, Jlkillen. That brings us up to where we are now. So we're going to be moving the ship, and then we're just going to have it stop there, and then we're going to move it one more time, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. But let's go ahead and let's get going. Alright, so I'm pulling the anchors up, and we are beginning to move. So here we go, and we are now leaving the port. Now with the sun up, we do have a really nice view over the ship, and as you can see, it is a really nice looking ship. We did check this out a long time ago. This is when the map wasn't actually updated to how it is now. But I do have a question, Jlkillen. Was the ship under its own power during this move, or was it being towed?
Yeah, so on September 6th in 1944, the Rex was actually spotted being towed south of Trieste by a Royal Air Force pilot, and it showed a slight list.
And I just struck a mine, which is really unfortunate. No worries, we can pump it out and we are okay. And yeah, it's always good to look underwater once in a while, just to make sure that you're not going to hit a mine. Obviously, I did not do that, and I ended up hitting one. But the SS Rex is going to have a lot more to worry about in a little bit. But yeah, that's actually interesting. It was under tow, but it does make sense. If it was sort of laid up for a while, starting it up would be a really laborious process, and you wouldn't want to do that if you needed to move the ship really quick. So what we're simulating right now is the ship going from Trieste to Pula, but it would be moved again somewhere south of Trieste, which means we will be moving the ship one more time, and that's when the ship would ultimately be destroyed. So that's going to be quite interesting to do, because it's actually in a way that we haven't done before, which is an aerial attack. So we'll see how that goes. I do have to say that the SS Rex is a really well-balanced ocean liner, especially with that superstructure. You've got those funnels, just 2 of them, not 3, even though you could put a dummy funnel there. And, I mean, it just looks really nice overall. It is a really nice piece of Italian architecture. And welcome to Pula, or, well, Cherbourg in the game. And we're just going to stay here for a little bit, and then we're going to turn around and head somewhere back up towards Southampton, which will be our Trieste in our Recreating the Disaster timeline here. So we're just going to go ahead, and we are going to basically stop the ship. So let me just get a little bit closer here, and then we will stop. Now, where are you right now, Jlkillen?
Off to your port side.
Oh, there you are. Oh my gosh, you are moving really fast. Holy cow. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and depart, and we're going to make our way south of Trieste. Now, we don't have any tugs that can bring us from one port to another. I do believe that there are tugs in-game that just help you dock, but not ones that can take you across oceans or whatever. So we're going to go ahead and we are going to get moving. So far, the ship is handling well, but soon it will not. Soon it will be a giant ball of flame going down on its side. But I don't think any of the crew members know that yet. And I should also mention, there are no passengers on board. It's just the crew members. They were not transporting passengers at this time. It is a real shame that this ocean liner was lost. I've said it before and I'll say it again. This is a really well-balanced ocean liner. I do really like it. Its interiors were amazing. It had a beautiful grand staircase. Just an awful shame that it was lost to this, well, pretty awful war as well. So, yeah. Now, at this point, as Jlkillen mentioned, the ship would be under tow. So, we would actually be moving at, like, dead slow. Or barely dead slow. So it would take quite a while to get from one point to another, hence why it was probably spotted so easily. Alright, so we're nearing the area of where the ship sank, at least in our timeline. And that would be in the Bay of Capodistria. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to stop somewhere in here to sort of recreate that area where the ship was bombed and sunk. So let's go ahead, let's move a little bit more forward. Alright, so I think this should be good. As you can see, the ship is near the land here, and this is going to mimic the sort of land that the ship was actually around when it was sunk. So we're going to go ahead and we are just going to wait for the planes, I guess, which should be coming in momentarily.
Yeah, so 2 days later, on September 8th, 1944, she was attacked by 12 Bristol Beaufighter aircraft of 272 Squadron Royal Air Forces in the Bay of Capodistria, south of Trieste.
Oh, there you are! And there we go. And wow, holy cow, you just died. So that didn't happen in real life, but that was really cool.
Alright, here I come.
Uh-oh. Oh, there you are. Wow, nice and low. And there you go. Now, what's really cool about this is that there's actual photos of this bombing taking place. And I'll put some up on screen. A couple of them are low quality, and then some of them are higher quality. But they're really cool to look at because, I mean, you rarely get to see images of an ocean liner being bombed in World War II from the plane that bombed them. Or, well, I think that's from the plane that bombed them. So, yeah, very interesting. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to begin sinking. So, we're going to do sink by simulation, and you just died again, so rest in peace. You can see we're now starting to roll over. Now, what's interesting is the ship didn't initially capsize. It actually slowly did that overnight, and by early morning, the ship had completely rolled over. So most of the rolling over action occurred at night, and I think that's what also put out most of the fires, is because when the ship rolled over, all the water flooded the ship, and the fires got put out. And as you can see, she is going down. And also, there are photos of the ship after she caught fire. And it's really eerie to look at, especially the photos taken on the deck. Now, obviously, this was after the ship was on fire, so there was no fire there, but it's still really eerie. And there she goes. The fire is out. The funnels have fallen off. In reality, that did not happen. The funnels did actually stay intact. And there's the ship rolled on her side. Now, I'm not sure if it's going to sink any further. It looks like it is. Now, in reality, the ship did not sink any further than this. It just stayed like this because it hit bottom. And, I mean, that was it. The ship would slowly disintegrate over time. And I believe the wreck is still sort of visible under the waterline today, like the engines and stuff like that. So that is pretty interesting, and I don't know why the lights have turned on. I did not turn the lights on. Alright, so at this point you can see it's sort of leaning forward, and there it goes. Yep, it is gone. The ship is rapidly going under, and yep, that's it. We are about to impact bottom, and there we go. The ship is on its side. Alright, so there it is. There is the sinking, or, well, I should say the bombing of the SS Rex. If you guys have enjoyed this, make sure to leave a like and a comment, and I'll see you next time, guys. Goodbye.